Howdy, folks. So, a while back, Paul Wasabi got my quote-unquote dick magicians, and those are Tigerism Octave modification versions of their headphones. So that's these. And once I got them back from Paul, I decided that I really needed to redo the tuning. It was good, but it wasn't like perfect. It was getting close to what I wanted, but it wasn't quite there. You know what I mean? And I do work on things constantly until they blow me away to the point where I die. But so what we have here is the back of that driver, and I wanted to mention this. See that on the back of the driver? Typically, you'll have a damper, such as these, just these guys right here. I could focus those, but don't worry about it. So typically you have that, but what I actually did here was I stuck a little piece of packing tape, and then I got a cactus needle and poked micro holes in the packing tape until I got a base shelf that I wanted. There's two reasons I did that, but mostly because I'm getting tired of fucking throwing away hundreds of dampers every day, and I just needed to like basically seal the driver with the packing tape and then work backwards from there, letting more and more and more air in. So I tuned in a massive base shelf on this thing, and then once I got it to where I wanted, basically that you know, once you get that, or I got that back damping, air damping to where I want it, I could replace that tape with an actual damper of the appropriate value. This is mostly just for rapid prototyping because I can do really, you know, just one little micro hole in this at a time changes the base shelf and the pin gain entirely. So I can play with that really quickly, and then also I'm not wasting dampers because they get, well, I run out. And then, now I'm not going to show you what's inside the bore right here because it is absolutely trade secret. It's my intellectual property, but I'm going to go about to right here. Now we can see the little pinhole on the bore there. And the important thing to know is that you can get into the bore. I showed this maybe on video on the last one, but you can get in there and you can put things. And so the configuration of this right now actually has basically line of sight from the tip of the driver. So I'm just going to point, but and I can't show you this right now, but well, maybe I could. Hold on, let me see. I got another pair of these that's all mangled. Yeah, let me pull this one. So this is not, it's got nothing in there, but basically, here you can kind of see, but this is all destroyed. But line of sight to the driver means right down the bore right here into the center, right? Boom, in there. So line of sight meaning that has a full, there's nothing in this all the way to the tip of the driver cone, all the way into your ear canal. So that's absolutely not occluded. There's nothing there, no damping stuff, no foam, no nothing. But I'm not going to say what else is in there. But I will say this, that little pinhole right there, wherever it is, where'd you go, pinhole? Well, I mean, it is on there somewhere. There, that little vent. On the set I just did, there's nothing. There's no damper on the inside of the bore. Absolutely nothing. It's open. So basically what I'm doing is the stuff I have in the bore, the extra stuff is actually occluding the hole the more pressure you load into the bore. So basically what I'm trying to say is the more the base hits, the more this pinhole occludes itself and keeps the base in. It took me a long time to work out what the hell to do about that. It's also, there's some other after effects, but essentially with no damper on the front and nothing, this is the graph I'm going to get. So I'm going to flip over to my desktop, do a measurement just to prove everything I'm saying is true. You just have to take my word for it. However, so I don't know if this is too loud, but let's see. Oh, shit. Hold on. Screwed it up. Try again. All right. Sorry. So we have no damper in the bore. Line of sight to the tip of the driver cone. And I want you to see what I got with the upper end treble on this guy. For having no damper, I actually managed to make this thing not peak got the 8K in there. Bam, perfect. So this is one of my goals, was to have an open vent and no damper, and a dynamic driver to not have peaks. And I'm not smoothing. I just did that in like real time, no smoothing. If I turn on smoothing, it does like a little bit of something. You can see that there. But point being that like I am super happy with the smoothness of that. It's been one of my goals, is to tune a dynamic driver with nothing in the bore, so but still have a very natural, smooth, non-peaky treble. And so to do that on a dynamic driver is damn near impossible, but I finally worked it out, so holy shit. And yeah, so these are some of the modding things I've been doing. Hopefully, as far as the bore stuff that I was describing, might help folks. So just to mention this, with that little tape there, as you let in more air to the back of the driver, what that ends up doing is it causes a bigger, sooner starting bass shelf and moves this little sort of hole in the mid-range around. So as you let less air into the back of the driver, this hole is going to slide backwards and it's going to scoop differently. So it'll go, right? The deal also, though, is as you slide this hole backwards, the pin of gain goes up. And at some point, and this is what a lot of tri-fi does, the pin of gain goes up to the point where you have to damp it back down so it's not shouting your face off. And that's one of the reasons I do this extremely mid-bass heavy tuning on these, is so that I don't have to damp this down and I get this smooth replay. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm going with that sort of stuff. That's my tuning style, some of my secrets, although not everything. But anybody that tunes at least knows about the back damper stuff. So anyway, right on, and I will talk to you on the next one.